folks, welcome back to TIMBERBORN. We have not a lot to do and lots of time to do it. Nope, wait, flip that around. Other way around. I had a whole load of comments and useful suggestions on the last video. We are going to try and get through as many of them as we can in today's video. The first one that I really liked was to try and use sluices to stop any backwash from this getting into here. Now, I don't know if that's actually happening, but I kind of like it. So we're going to give it a go. And what I'm going to do, I haven't pre-planned any of this because we never do here. We just crack on. Is and it will come about here and plan to build a wall of sluices. I know I don't necessarily need a sluice here. It's fine, folks. Just relax and go with the flow. So yeah, I think we're going to do that and see if that helps at all. I don't know whether it will. I don't think that's the problem necessarily, but it'll do a thing. It'll do a thing. So we're going to do that for job number one. So quite a long list of things to have a look at today. So we will get working on. Bear with me one moment. I am trying to cross things off of my list, so we'll let them work on that whilst we go do some other fun things. The other suggestion, which I also like, and I think we can get at least one more in here, was because of the way power connections work now, yada yada yada, we can put in more flywheels in here. So we shall do that. We can do that. I know it's lopsided. If that annoys you, then, well, it might annoy me a little bit as well, but it's what it is. What it is. It's going to be that. Okay. So the other thing is that if you're a smart person who adapts easily to things, you will, of course, know that we don't need anything above our power shafts to put dirt in, because they can just go, because dirt can overhang now. Yes, it takes me a while to adapt and change because change is bad. So that's a thing that we live with in our everyday lives here. So we just go with that. It's a thing. So we are going to get to putting more stuff inside the cave today. But before we get to that, we are also going to get to another job that I want to do. Because by doing jobs, we do things. Yeah, I know. Magical, huh? Which is, we're going to come over here. We're just going to delete these few random trees that are in the way. We're not going to delete the tree stumps, and the way we're going to stop them deleting the tree stumps easily is just by doing that. You know, give me the delete tool before they come and actually build those. There we go. That's quicker. Except we didn't get those, so let's do that. There we go. Awesome. Probably need a bit more path as well. What I want to do is look to divert this water source back this way and have this be green and have trees on it, because that will look nice. Right, that's that one. So good question, well asked, was whether what we did here was messing up further down here. I don't think it has materially altered things, so I'm not too worried about that. It seems to be fine. You know, we've got plenty of water coming in here. We could adjust things if we needed to, but I don't think we really need to. We could break out here and put in some floodgates with a little bit of height on them just to hold water back and push it through here. But it seems fine, so I'm not too worried at the moment for now. Maybe that'll change in the future. So that is that one. We are good there. Right, next job to job. And I think this is a worthwhile little suggestion. I think maybe the best way to do it, I'm going to change how I was going to do it, is to help with irrigation here, is to create some little catch pools of water. What I was going to do is just blast down. But what I think we need to do is... do we need access out here? I don't think we do. So we'll get this deleted. We'll prioritize getting that picked up. Thought is that we'll put something in here and we'll just have something here to catch some water to try and help keep these hydrated through the longer drought periods. Kind of thinking we should do it properly. Kind of thinking we should do it properly. Yeah, let's do it properly. Let's make it a correct size. Means making this a bit bigger, but that's fine. We're going to do it right, I guess. Could have put it in there, and then that would have irrigated all of this, and then no, I'm doing it wrong. I'm changing my mind again. I don't pre-plan this stuff, you know. You know this. You know this, because I actually think that that might be more sensible. Yeah. So what I was going to do was a very janky temporary solution, and now what we're looking at doing is something much more significant. But hey, you know, that's how the biscuit disintegrates. Just knock those down like that. Right, that's that one done. We'll let them work on that. We've got an awful lot of spare bots. So I think, please tell me this has dehydrated. So I think it's time, folks. No, let's not. And say we didn't. We should do instead is, where's the best place over here? Really a place, I guess. That'd be the best place. Just build, because it's on the network, they can kind of get to it easily, can't they? We did that. Yeah. Yeah, that. And I think what we do is we think about all of the well-being things we want to build. I think a couple of mud baths would be good. 2 is enough. I don't want... we've got 4 swimming. Let's go 3. Go 3 mud baths. A wind tunnel is a must, isn't it? Yep. So we are going to want to run. Actually, let's be awesome. Go down 2. Go down. No, no, no. That's not what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted to do. And then if we had a few wind tunnels here, so we could like T-power off to there to put some wind tunnels. We wanted motivatoriums then over here. We could T-power off like that. Those exercise plazas don't need power, so that's all the powered well-being stuff thought about to be catered for, I believe. That we're not going to build one of those inside here. That would be insane, folks. Why are you even suggesting that? You're just going too far, aren't you? You always take things just that bit too far. You're never happy, are you? You just have to go that little bit too far, you know? Do that. Right. H for boom. So we then go with the power connections. There. 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 Let's build all of those. Should hopefully be able to. Then we'll put the lids back on. Go check over here. Has this helped? Open. The law of unintended consequences. It would appear not. Appear not, folks. Would appear nothing is flowing out of here. Door open. Okay. Is in fact all going the wrong way. Close those for now, shall we? See if that does anything. Curious if that will do anything to the power supply of this. This is just so much flow that it generates all of the power that we need. And that's why this is irrelevant. Because in which case, what we might do is open, close, open, close, open, open, close, open. Like that. maybe, and see what that does for us. Might not need it when there's a bad tide, but a bunch of stranded beavers. In fact, yeah, why we just do that? Let's put that there to help out the dumb stranded beavers, shall we? I knew that was going to happen. I'm sure you did too. Because you are clever beaver watchers as well. We are short of the gears. They are the gears not being geared. Prioritize you by haulers. Your gearing, yeah. Let's get you prioritized by haulers as well. Yeah, so this is generating way more power than we need working this way. So maybe we'll just do that for now. That'll be fine. Have a lot of thirsty bots. Okay. That's why we're out of gears, because gears are all going into that, aren't they? We can help out thirsty bots. Probably by doing that and then some of that. $20 incapacitated bots, 15 unemployed bots. What annoys me with bot charging is that when they run out of charge, they all run to we're the wrong way around. Sorry, I had to deal with something else. They all run to the district centre, which is not where we have charging capability. In fact, it's nowhere near where we have charging capability, which is kind of frustrating. So, I guess if we prioritize building some of the new charging capability, then I guess the other thing is we can make use of the bots doing some of the other jobs. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying. It's a little bit annoying. I'm going to deprioritize building that because that's just eating so many resources. But that'll get sorted. That will get sorted anyway. So that needs that there, and let's start the process of slowly lowering this because it'll be easier to do it slowly and probably have to build less other things. How are we? In here. I think these guys are still waiting for gears probably. Yep. Wow, the swimming pools are popular. But the other suggestion, one of the other suggestions, which I kind of liked, I don't know how well it will work, and it might be a bit of a pain to build, was about you trying to use braziers for lighting. So I'm going to try building one and see if it works. And so we'll see. We'll see. But I think it might look kind of cool as well. So, yeah. Right, what were the next things on my list? We can't do that. We've done that. We've done that. Yep. So we just need to carry on with getting stuff built now. Water supplies are full. H for boom. If you don't use H for boom, you're just wrong. Mark those for destruction now. And the other thing that we wanted to do, by we, of course, I mean me, was to look at expanding the reservoir. And then building our new water storage area. So let's think about enabling that as well. That means we need to come over here. And let's actually, rather than building that there, if we build a ladder there, we can get both of those. Yep. All right. Did the chargers get built? One of them did at least, which is going to help. That's doing that. Awesome. That's in. And then now that they can get on top of that, we can start the process of expanding this across there like that. Come on. Save game, save. Alright, get rid of that and that. There we go. Good stuff. Come in here, fill in that and that. And fill in those and those. There we go. And then we'll come in here and come out that way. Good. No, not there. That's okay. Yep. Come there and then come across here and here. And across here. And that'll all be very nice once it's done. And that means the roof will be thick enough that we can then make some sort of water flow through. And yeah, do a thing. Doing things is good. Right. Still waiting for gears. We need to up our gear production game, I think, folks. And given the current plank situation, what we will do is we will just delete those and build 2 more gear productions. Seems like a sensible idea to me. If you don't agree, well, you are, I'm afraid, incorrect. We probably don't need those running now, or even close to thinking about running. That can all go away for now. So we'll get rid of that stuff. That's all behaving. That's behaving better now. It's not perfect, but it's better. Bad tide approaching. Let's make sure that was set. It was. Good stuff. This obviously needs work still, but being bloodbath 1 S 2 3 good and escaping go. Lovely job. those closed up. I think we can now get that closed up like that. Well-being, flight mode. Hopefully that's got power. I know some of you say that they go green when they've got power, but I'm still not 100% convinced. Victorium, unlock. Red. It's dirt only, isn't it? Back, so I'll show you a little bit of what I've just deleted it because I realised I had the game sound playing through the monitor's speakers, and it was being a bit annoying. So all I've done is put a dirt block to be placed here, and then I've put 2 motivatoriums down and deleted the ladders that were here, which have allowed us to place the very cool looking brazier up here. I think this is awesome. It's not adding huge amounts of light, but I think it just looks awesome. So we're going to repeat that on some sort of regular pattern. Who about there? I guess. And we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't. Maybe if we just go at the same thing, so it's in line with that. That's 1, 2. Yeah. There. Yep. There. I kind of like that. And then we come all the way across. There. At the same height. Get a feel for what the height is that I'm doing. It's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yep. Okay. There. There. No. That's why we check. There. There. That means we're missing one. Yep. There. Yep. There. Yep. There. Yep. There. Yep. So we need to put in a whole load of ladders so we can build those. It's annoying. That there. That there. There. And then we need to put the braziers on top of them. There. That there. Brazier. Not worried about them not overlapping perfectly. This is entirely a visual thing. So, right. So we've got all of those. We haven't got the exercise plaza in yet. So we'll do that once that's gone. I've got a new tail stamp. The detailers, which we could put in there. Yep. That works. So I'm not very good at making things look nice. Or be super efficient. Anyway, let's not dwell on that, shall we? Monument-wise, let's speed the game up so they actually start building things. Probably they're going to be doing all of that terrain placement first, I guess. So what we could do is deprioritize it. Yeah, I'm learning, folks. I'm learning. Right, that's that going. How's this going? It's doing just fine, you know, it's working just fine. We could maybe do, I say we could maybe do with some scrap. We've got 800 metal stored, so we really don't need more scrap metal. Well, let's get back to this job. I hadn't forgotten. You thought I had, but I hadn't. You can go. I can now get to that. And then we can cover this in explosives. Now delete that one. Wonder how long this bad tide is going to be. A little nervous. Everything is slowly getting longer, obviously. We should probably, by probably I mean definitely, do that. Let's get rid of that. I'll finish that half-form sentence in a moment. Bear with me, folks. What I was going to say is we should definitely put some contamination barrier type things down here. But to do that, we need to clear out some of these dead trees. So, hence the lumberjack here. There is logic, honest. Might even bring this terrain up a bit before we do that, so it's all a uniform level. That should stay closed because we've got power coming down here. Yep, this should do its thing. I guess there's the... Do we really want to be throwing more bad water down here? Not really, I guess. Because there is the question as to whether we divert bad water down here to generate more power. But we're already generating quite a bit of power, so I think we're okay. They shut, that's fine. Back in here. getting built. Honestly, might take a little while. Look at some more decoration. One of the dogs delicately laying himself down. Right, some more benches and things wouldn't be a bad idea, would they? Assuming some of the beavers are getting the bonus from the... Yeah, not many though, from the tribute to ingenuity. So... Finally picked up all of the planks. Or most of them. We've got a few left to go. And a bunch of stuff to do in there. We have 42 unemployed bots. Do you know, folks, I think that we should, given that we are slightly short of beavers, put the bots to work. Speed up the building process. The builders' huts are now bots. District centre is bots. Think I'll build a few more. Ties that one. Make those be bots as well. And that should speed up our building process significantly until we need the bots for something more useful. Let's build another charging station just there. And yeah, that'll do us quite nicely. And then the spare beavers put into haulage. Oh, it's green, it doesn't stay green, so do that. Then what we can do is, once they've built that, to clear those out and get rid of that. We can get that picked up, and then we could raise all of this up a level, and that'll be better. 50-day drought, or bad tide. They're getting longer. They are getting longer. That's not what she said. We are short on gears and treated planks. Okay. Make sure that the... Yeah, we've got the one treated plank part. Easy for me to say. So that's going to take a little while to get all of that built. So while we wait for that, I'm going to run the game a little bit faster. It'll behave itself. We'll see if it chooses to or not. We're in a pretty good place with trees, so do we need to extend that path further? That we do, so let's do that. and we can get that stuff cleared. We can then start putting the dirt in here. Expand the... We have a reasonable amount of... In fact, we have full coffee, so... We have more than a reasonable amount of coffee. We have perfectly adequate coffee supplies. But equally, more coffee is more gooder, so, you know. And making this land useful would also be good. So let's endeavour to do that. I delete that path. Hopefully now pots down there, and we can put in that piece of dirt, that ladder, that path, and then we can run some path across. Okay, to get it all built, then take advantage of spreadage and such. Awesome. Dynamite. Let's high prioritize the building of that. Feels like we haven't achieved very much yet today. But that's just me, just how things are feeling at the moment. We need some medical beds in here. In case the posh beavers become unwell, but we will put those at the back, out of the way. Not seeing the sick beavers, do we? So those just need treated planks. That's built. We can delete now a bunch of these. Well, yeah, awesome. And put in other exercise plaza over here. Some housing to be built as well. And we possibly want these to become supplies at this point to start emptying them out. Yep. Go back over here. Let's detonate that. Slowly getting there with this. Dynamite. There we go. Oh, backache today. Army of bots goes to work. They're getting that done as well, which is great. How are we looking over here? We are good. Worry about dog noise. If it's being picked up, I don't know. What I think we'll do is let's cut those down. That is ripping through there, isn't it? Ripping through there. Let's delete that now. Yes, we'll push that out a bit. And then the plan, as cunning as it was to come in here, put in a proper irrigation spot for these trees. And it'll hopefully irrigate most of this as well. I moved it over a bit. Could probably do a better job. So we'll do that. That's all going in slowly. They have... No, I did not have the dirt excavator paused, so that's good. Done. They need treated planks as well. You can see there's our new posh beaver tail art. Couldn't quite get the gold swap to match, but good enough. Good enough for beaver work. All right. Bosch. Going to need a fluid dump there. And we're going to need a stream gauge here. Because we'll automate this coming on off of this being off, I guess. Or do we just want to irrigate this area anyway? Maybe we just want to irrigate this area anyway. And it'll naturally take care of this lot. Maybe we do that. Maybe that's better. Yeah, maybe that's better. Advanced, attached to stream gauge, Bosch, pause above, 6 something, unpause below, yeah, that'll do. We'll see how that looks. That is better. We then need irrigation barriers, please. We might want to rip out these cruddy old pine trees. Still got 20 spare bots. Jeez. That's interesting. That's very interesting. How doing that has caused that. But anyway, we're going to... That's impermeable floors. That's not what we want. Irrigation barriers. Let's go across there, 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 there. I prioritize this to see if we can save some of the coffee. Probably not, because it dies in 0.2 days. So, oh well, looks like we're replanting the coffee. It be dead. But hopefully we'll now have a bigger area to plant coffee in. Hopefully soon a much bigger area to plant coffee in. Except they need treated planks. They need lots of treated planks. So, oh well. Our builders are all bots now, aren't they? So, in theory, technically, and being technically correct is the best kind of correct, folks. Remember this. It is important. Come in here and we can delete those. We are causing ourselves all kinds of problems. Over here. Do that. Yes, technical correctness is the best kind of correct. And actually what we could do, I don't know how that would work with contamination spread if we overhung it and then put contamination barriers on the top. I don't think it would like it. So we're going to go the old-fashioned way. That. Do. Go up there. Up there. Kind of thinking. I'm wondering what we. Yeah, that works. Okay, that works. Then we need to do the irrigation barriers out here. Hopefully our law of unintended consequences isn't too bad. Hopefully. Can be paused because we've killed all of the coffee bushes. Which is a tad annoying, but you know, la vie. What supply is okay, and at this point, probably we could start the process of pumping all of that out. I've noticed this one isn't set properly. And none of you pointed it out to me. You're all slacking. All be ashamed of yourselves. Still waiting on the treated planks. Have pine resin. Working away at it is just a slow process. That is absolutely fine. That all looks okay. Still generating more than enough power. Do I? Probably, yeah, you're right. Do agree. I think it's the only sensible option, really. Doing anything else would be kind of stupid. So let's do it. And yes, that was, do I put in a forester and plant coffee here? So that we have some coffee growing whilst we deal with the fact that we screwed up over here. And I'm glad you were part of that conversation. It's important to me that you were involved in that discussion. Right, those are all done. So those are just going to take an age to get finished building. This needs to be built. So I think what I'm going to do is say thank you for watching, folks, and just progress a bit of time. Get the treated planks made that we need to make, so that we can finish off doing the things that we need to do. And I will see you all next time.